You are welcome to another exciting moment of that show you've been waiting for, Power of Herbs, where we prove and teach various ways various diseases can be treated organically. I still remain your host on the show, Ayobisi Ayobi. But before we move into today's show, let me go on this quick short break. When I'm back, we'll discuss much more better. Stick around, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Today's show is basically for those of you who believe in pills, for those of you who love pills, taking pills. I have a strong feelings for whoever thinks he can, diagnose whatever he wanted to diagnose by him or herself. And the strong feelings is as those. Why do you think you can diagnose, probably for yourself? But I come to discover that a lot of people who diagnose for themselves, they just guess, and basically a lot of them don't really do proper checks and balance before they go for one or two drugs. And after taking these drugs, they discovered it turned out to be something irritating. It turned out to be something they can't, imagine. It turned out to make things get worse and worse. It turned out to become something they never prepared for. But anyhow, any which way, I condemn the habit of self-medication. And a lot of people result on this action based on hearsay. You see, someone might be suffering from migraine, another person might be suffering from headache, another person might be suffering from malaria. Do you know that chronic headache can easily result to malaria? A lot of people don't know this. And the person you get encountered with that was given a certain kind of drugs, a certain type of drugs as a cure to that illness. This person must have visited his or her doctor, or must have visited those who knows how to make some combination when it comes to organic methods, those who understands the language of herbs. You don't know, or simply because you heard people saying when you take so drugs for so ailment, it can heal or you get better, and you just go ahead and take stuff like that. I'm here to convince you today that it's very, very dangerous. How do I mean? Do you know that what works for Mr. A might probably not work for Mr. B? Because Mr. A has been diagnosed for a certain illness and was ascribed to it has been given a certain drugs to cure that condition. Mr. B was never diagnosed, but he believes in self-medication. He took what Mr. A had taken. I'm sure that 75% of people who do these things mostly is either they don't get the good results. Secondly, is either the drugs that have been taken by them did not work. Why my analogy is stretched to this level is based on a very critical thing, and I know that it has caused a lot of damages, a lot of harm to our society as a whole. Even though a lot of people mix a lot of things together, I don't understand. Are you a science student? Should I be asking? I don't understand. I don't just understand. A lot of people just find pleasure in mixing a lot of things together. Mix liquor, mix this, mix that. Not knowing that you are killing yourself gradually. You will damage a lot of things inside, and before you realize this thing will degenerate to the extent that it will cause a lot of damages to both intestine, lungs, just name it, heart, to the level you won't bear it anymore. Please, let's be careful. Please, let's be careful. I'm repeating it for the last time. Please, let's be careful. If we keep on going like this, it will not help. It will cause a lot of damages to our health, our body in general. What I'm about to show you now will shock you, and a lot of people might be hearing something like this, even though some felt is not real. Why few believe it's real. Now let me show you. I have something here with me. This is a tetracycline bought by someone. And now let me chip in this. For those of you who believe in mixture, a lot of people will just get this and get that. After getting everything, they love to cut this, something like this, and mix it into herbs. If you are not instructed to do some certain things, I implore you should just desist from it, because at the end of the day, I pray it won't go worse. Now let me show you something. Like I said, there are things we refuse to check. Why taking stuff like this? I'll show you something now. Just watch and see. This is one of this stuff. Can you see? Hope you can see. Excuse me. I just want you to see what human beings are taking in. When the person who sold this thing, he bought it as well, but as a matter of fact, I don't want to go into details. This is nothing but sand. This is nothing but sand. You can see. We have to be very, very careful of what we consume. We have to be very, very careful. This is nothing but sand. The guy was apprehended, and from there, necessary thing ought to be done. You just have to be careful of all your intakes. You see, this is nothing but sand. You see, I just brought this for the benefit of those who love taking things without precaution. That's it. For the benefit of those who love taking pills without doctor's prescription, you have to be very, very careful. This is a fake drug. This is not the original tetracycline. It's a fake drug. You see, we have to be very, very careful. We have to be very, very careful. We have to be very careful. I'm saying this again. We have to be careful because, you see, this health of a thing, when you are hale and healthy, is when you can do a lot of things. When you are hale and healthy is when you can move from one place to another. It's because I'm hale and healthy I'm here presenting, doing this show. Without any prejudice, this is just a little from what has been happening in the society, because a lot of people want to make money. They go other way around. You see, I have no blame for them. I don't blame them, but I blame those who consume these things without doing some checks and balance. Watch your intakes. Are they prescribed by those who understand the language? Are your drugs prescribed by your doctors? If that is settled, no problem, you are good to go. But even at that, there are things you needed to check. The production dates, a lot of us, we don't care. The expired dates, a lot of us, we don't care. What's in it, a lot of us, we don't care. Do you buy your drugs from a particular place? A lot of us, we don't care. You see, a lot of things made up the kind of evils like this. A lot of things made it up. Anyway, I pray that our health will never be against us. Here is where we join the curtain on today's show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want me to cover any topic on this channel, hit the subscribe button and leave a comment down below. You are free to share videos. Till the next time I'll be on this show, again, God willing, always remember, health is wealth. See you next time. God bless. Bye for now.